Informal learning may be the most difficult to quantify or proven, but it's remain critical to an individual overall cognitive and social development throughout lifespan. And in lifelong learning, we have three types of learning. The very common is formal learning, most of all acquired from school, colleges, universities. Then we have non formal learning. Non formal learning in some sort of organized learning, either skill development courses, workshops, seminars, webinars like this webinar, whereas informal learning is not teacher centered nor organized learning. Now let's check in detail about the informal learning. Informal learning could be self-directed, incidental, or in a result of socialization. Self-directed learning is conscious and intentional. When someone consider readiness to learn, set learning goals, engage in the learning process, and evaluate learning. For example, you want to learn about Koha for any reason or any other library system, then you have willing to learn and you set your learning goals, how far you have to understand the Koha, and then you try to find out relevant videos, blogs, books, articles, and other learning material. And then at some point, you evaluate your learning, what you have gained. Sometimes you success and sometimes you try again. And self directed learning could be through observation, experience, participation, and exploration. These are few means of self directed learning. As I said, informal learning also happens incidentally when you are unintentional but conscious that you are acquiring knowledge and understanding through thoughts, experience, and the senses, and through intellectual functions and process. For example, when you start a new job, you have no idea about the inside of the organization, but as time passed, you will be an expert about your organization behavior and sometimes the entire system, also the mood swings of your supervisor. Okay, let's take another example. Some specific restaurants are the best in some specific areas. How? Because you have learned from your experience or your taste sense. Okay, so another mean of informal learning is socialization. When you are unintentional and unconscious, humans need social experiences to learn their culture, values, and community to survive. And you know very well about your culture and values, some good and some bad, but you were unintentional and unconscious that you have learned. Okay, here we have some most important thing. Whatever we acquired from informal learning remain the information. To prove that information as your knowledge, you have to get some informal or non-formal certification. Despite of this, 90% of adults are engaged in 100 hours of informal learning. 70% of learning in the workplace is informal through internet, and adults spend 10 hours a week, 500 hours a year on informal learning. 40% of adults have self-taught themselves at some point and likely to participate in independent learning. By the nature of YouTube environment, the learning and interaction with the material is based on a discovery of new materials and self-directed exploration. Informal learning on YouTube is both educational and enjoyable.